Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Cancer, let's jump on in. We're going to start with Oracle cards, looking at your recent past, current energy, and immediate future with Oracle cards first. And then we will dive deeper into the reading with Tarot as we progress. So I like to kind of just start with this overall energy, get a glimpse of what you are dealing with before we dive deeper into the story. So let's look at this past energy for you, Cancer. What have you been dealing with here? Step out of your comfort zone. Take time to breathe out. This feels like taking a step back before taking a leap forward. A step back before a leap forward. Because I think that, I don't know if you hit like some sort of a limit, like got to a place of burnout, or maybe you just got to a place where you couldn't really move forward in some way. So it feels like a period of pause, which could have felt like a step back. It wasn't that you went backwards or that you did anything wrong. That's not what I mean by a step back. But, sometimes you have to take a step back to be able to show up again in the best way possible for you. But yeah, and then this energy feels like a leap forward. So I feel like you're about to embark on some sort of new journey. What is this current energy for Cancer? Believe in the impossible. The answers you need are coming. I think you're feeling a little lost of where to go right now, especially if this was like I said, some sort of ending or getting to some sort of maybe like a dead end of sorts, or just like I said, a pause before some sort of new beginning. I just feel like there's this energy of not really knowing where to go right now. Maybe having a general idea, but not having the direction on like what is the exact right next step for you right now. I think that this is about trusting that you're exactly where you need to be, because with the answers you need are coming, I do feel as if you're being guided in the direction toward where you want to go. It's just that the path isn't clear. Like this, literally with this energy, I was immediately kind of drawn to the haziness. Kind of like this haze blocking the trees. I kind of feel like that's what it is. It's like you're on the right path, but the path is just isn't fully clear yet. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? You're very close to achieving your goal. So you're closer than you think to where you want to be. Confidence is your key to success. I think that you're feeling lost right now because you're not like seeing some sort of results. But you're so close to these. You're so close to where you want to be. It's just that the path is hazy. It's just that there's a lot out of your control. There's still some unknowns here. But with confidence is your key to success, I feel like this is about continuing to show up and trust where this is all taking you, because the energy feels like it's very positive forward movement, but to you, things might not feel certain or grounded yet in some way. We're going to dive more into this because I'm really curious to know what's happening here. Overall theme of this here for you, Cancer. Ooh. Transcendence. Your life is leveling up in a lot of ways, but you're in the last few phases of that. And it's almost like you're having to level up mentally, emotionally, level up knowledge in some way before you actually see that level up your life. So you're in this kind of transcendence phase of the journey. Nirvana. This is also kind of a very spiritual reading too, because it feels like this is achieving like greater levels of fulfillment and alignment. But I also feel like you've had to work really hard to get there. Like it's like you've kind of been walking this path and there's been so much uncertainty. And I think something kind of happened to get you on this path. Something happened. Whatever this was, this like step back before a leap forward, something happened. And it got you on this path and you've been walking this path and you've been confused and unsure of where it was taking you, but you've been walking it, and then it kind of feels like this takes you almost like unexpected places in some way. Unexpected places. But it's because of like the work you've been doing and how you've been showing up here. This is interesting. Let's keep going. Past energy here. For Cancer, take time to breathe out. Step out of your comfort zone. What was Cancer dealing with in this past energy? Stuck, just feeling stuck. But then I feel like something pushed you to make some sort of a move. Even if the move was uncertain, there's this death card. This is some sort of ending. Ending, or like I said, like a dead end, or like something happening where you kind of had no choice but to move in a different direction. This kind of feels like divine realignment. Yeah, especially with this High Priestess here. This is very like intuitively driven. So what's the like what happened? Do I need more on that, or is that not really for me to know? Surrender. You had to let go. You were kind of forced into having to let go of something, let go of control, let go of trying to make something happen. It's like you stopped forcing. You stopped controlling, you stopped forcing, you started allowing. And it's been a difficult path. I will say surrender is, such a journey. It really is. And there are days when it's easy and there are days when it certainly is not. Else here? This is an awakening, like a spiritual awakening. Yeah. So yeah, going through, something happened to lead to some sort of spiritual awakening here. You have the Hierophant. And then the Hangman pushed you into surrender, maybe pushed you into making a lot of changes in your life. And this path has been hazy, to say the least. So let's look at this current energy here. But you're very much on the right path. In fact, I think you're more on the right path than you ever have been before here, Cancer. And we can have many different spiritual awakenings in our life. We obviously have like the first big one, but then as things kind of progress, current energy for Cancer. There's the King of Wands, and I love this King of Wands energy because this is confident action despite, fear, despite doubt, despite insecurity, despite second guessing. Like this is just kind of walking a path with confidence and intensity too. I think that there's a lot of really determined energy in your energy right now, Cancer. Like, you're determined to get where this is going, where this is taking you. The Temperance. This is all about balance. This is about patience. Returning back to the present moment. I mean, yeah, this is, and then the King of Swords. This is my favorite card. Second favorite card in tarot. Equanimity. I want more on this. The Tower. This is what led to this. It's like the Tower led to a deeper flow. A deeper connection too. A deeper connection between you and the world around you, between you and your intuition, between you and your desires, like your true heart-driven ones, not ego-driven ones. And this has been kind of like walking in the dark, like walking through a forest in the dark and just guessing on the right next step to take. There's a lot of fear, I feel like, in this energy. But I feel like despite all of that, this is very much, I mean, this is persistence. You're in the middle of it. You're in the thick of it. But you absolutely can trust where this is taking you, because it's taking you exactly where you want to go, even if you don't know what that looks like yet. Because again, you're very close to achieving your goal. Like, this is very much like fulfillment energy. But you're having to walk a pretty treacherous and tumultuous, is what I heard, path. Pretty treacherous and tumultuous. Like, it hasn't been easy. I mean, no awakening is, right? Like, but it's, I feel like you're handling it exactly how you should be. What does Cancer need to know moving forward? What is on the other side of this? Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. This is like the payoff of investment. King of Cups. What is up with all of these kings? I feel like this is you too. It's like kind of like finding your way back home to yourself. And gender doesn't matter in this. This is just talking about, different aspects. We all have feminine and masculine energies within us. What does Cancer need to know on the other side of this? The Eight of Cups. The journey will be worth it. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. The journey will be worth it. But it's kind of like a trust me energy, which I feel like is a little bit frustrating. Is there anything we can give to Cancer to make them feel a little bit more secure in where they're headed? Because I think that right now there's so much, like I said, unknown. Yeah, the Nine of Swords. I know, that is how Cancer feels, the Nine of Swords. Stress and overwhelmed and anxiety about the future. But it almost, like what this energy feels like is Spirit is saying you don't need to worry about where you're headed. You just need to allow yourself to continue to discover the path of getting there, which I think is the hardest thing about it. Any journey, whether it's spiritual, whether it's material, we want that just absolute certainty of what's going to happen and when we're going to get there and what it's going to look like. But that certainty defeats the whole purpose, because so much about growth and enlightenment and healing, it's about embracing uncertainty. It's about understanding that you are able to rise above any situation, transcend any situation that appears, that you have the strength, that you have the power, that you have the knowledge to get you to where you want to go despite, what arises in your path. And I think that right now, like in the energy that you're in, there's a lot of that. But I love the King of Wands and the King of Swords, because this does feel like this is what you're embodying. And it feels like what this future energy is it's like the universe's way of saying, you just need to know that you are going to end up exactly where you're supposed to be. And you don't have to fear what that's going to look like, because it's going to align with your soul more than you can really imagine right now. And I think that this is, when I went through kind of like the biggest aspect of my spiritual awakening, I lost everything. I ended up having to move away from where I wanted to live. I had to give up my career, and I lost friends, I lost relationships. I was financially devastated during this period of my life, and I essentially was so confused, because I was like, how is this a good thing, right? And the universe, it was just kind of the same energy of trust me, trust that things are going to, you're going to end up exactly where you want to. And I couldn't, it was just I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't see how this is happening for my highest good. So it was a path, and it was a path that I kind of had to walk. I really didn't have any other choice but to walk it. And sure enough, I ended up building a life beyond my wildest dreams, one that is so much more fulfilling and full of love and abundance and freedom than anything I ever imagined possible. And I say this because I think that if I never would have guessed that this is where I was headed, but I also never would have been able to build the life that I have if I hadn't have walked through those moments of uncertainty and doubt. And I think that this is about, and that's really what a spiritual journey is about. It's returning back to yourself. It's returning back to knowing that you're a co-creator, that you're divinely supported and guided, that the life that you deserve and desire is your birthright. It's not something that you are or are not capable of. It's something that is a birthright for you, and you kind of rise to your power to create it. And that's what this journey really feels like for you. It feels like it's been long and hard, and there's been, like I said, a lot of kind of twists and turns. What were the words I used? Tumultuous and treacherous. But I also feel that where this is taking you, like I said, is exactly where you're supposed to be. It's like where you belong. It's taking you into further alignment, further fulfillment, further abundance. Your only job, Cancer, is to keep walking the path. I'm going to hop on over to the extended. I want to dive deeper into this, looking at what you need to do right now to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So just trying to look at some tangible advice to help support you on your journey. Any information for that is in the description box below. I'm going to dive deeper in with tarot, and then I'm going to look at an advice card at the very end. But thank you, as always, Cancer, for your support of me as a reader. I obviously hope that this helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Cancer.